What do men fundamentally misunderstand about women?
Fundamentally, men don't understand that women want to live in fantasy. That's ultimately what women want. They want everything, and they want things to go their way.
Let me tell you something. As long as the requirement is for me to lay on my back and open my legs, a man will never be the prize, because the requirement is my life. Okay? The requirement is my energy.
Growing up with a male-centered mother really changes how you see yourself and how you value yourself. I remember one time my mother told me that if my husband and I ever divorced, she would blame me. It's always that tone of, when a man is not perfect, at least he come home. At least he provides. That as long as he gives the bare minimum, that should be good enough. And that wasn't enough for me.
The requirement is for me to make time for you. I run a whole company. Okay. So if I have to make time for you, if I have to schedule you in, if I have to alter my life, you will never be the prize.
So I'm really curious on who decided that men get their plate first when it's time to eat. Why isn't it kids, mom, then dad? Why the fuck would dad get the biggest piece of chicken when all the fuck he did was go to work? No shade. Like, of course you can be the one who's making the money, but why would you eat before the kids? And then why would you eat before me? The fuck are you doing? Yeah, that's the patriarchy shit.
I know my worth so much. That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No, honey, why can't a man get Kendra? I ain't never trying to get no man, honey. You got to get me.
And I'm not attracted to men that hit on me while I'm at work, because what the fuck do you like about me working?
You got to get me.
The conversation is always around, men, you need to do this to get along with a woman. It's never the other way around, though. So no matter how much you get a man to change, he could be the best person, he could do everything, and the relationship is still going to have problems. And the reason for that is because women are not being told about who they are and what they are doing that is causing a lot of the other issues that they're having.
Flowers on the first date, bare minimum. Opening my car door for me, bare minimum. A steakhouse for the first date, bare minimum. Pulling out my chair for me in the restaurant, bare minimum. Ordering my food for me, bare minimum. Coffee date, the bar is in hell.
Women want to live in fantasy.
If I'm paying 100% of all of the bills, what am I purchasing with my money?
If you're paying 100% of the bills, you get 100% of the pussy. You get 100% of the loyalty. You get 100% of my time. You get 100% of me.
Because I am 1,000% whole, good, and thriving. And I am proof that this notion of without a man, will not be happy. That is the brainwashedness that they want women to feel, because they want you to feel like, oh, you have everything but a man. Thank God.
Women want to live in fantasy.
As a man, if I'm wallowing in my own sorrow, and if I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing it, society gonna look at you and like, all right, cool. Nigga, you ain't a man. I got 9 kids. You think they care about if I'm feeling good or not?
But that's back to what we were saying earlier, like, men don't show that vulnerable side. Like, y'all not gonna get online and just, everything is all good. But it's not a thing. We would never know.
We got to compartmentalize naturally, because really nobody cares.
That's not true. You don't show it.
It's not,
because in your mind, it's like they don't care. That's not true.
I don't think anyone had on their bingo card for 2026 Princella sounding like she's in support of the manosphere, but welcome to 2026, because starting to sound that way to me.
The manosphere, contrary to what everybody says about that movement started based on truth, the relative truth of the male experience.
In your mind, it's like they don't care. That's not true. That's what you just told me that earlier.
I give you an example. A girl or a woman comes online and says, I'm broke. I just lost everything. Mm-hmm. She can still find someone that can change that dynamic to some capacity in any type of way, right? If a dude says, I'm broke, I done lost everything, instantly he lost all his value. Mm-hmm. If you can't provide or do nothing for the people that you come in contact with, you're meaningless as a man. Mm-hmm. That's what society has trained us to be. Mm-hmm. We have to be providers. We have to protect.
It's always that tone of when a man is not perfect, at least he come home. At least he provides. That as long as he gives the bare minimum, that should be good enough. And that wasn't enough for me. I required mental and emotional stability that I just wasn't able to receive during my marriage.
Women want to live in fantasy.
I'm sure several people will cover the Kendra G rant in the next day or so, but I was a bit taken aback by it. I'm kind of curious, like, why is she upset or feeling the need to rant about that subject?
Thank God. Like sometimes you should say thank God to that prayer. See, a woman, when she really knows her worth, she knows what she brings to a relationship. So you can't manipulate her giving that greatness to you because you think you great. I think the hell not. You ain't got enough money in the bank for my life. Your is not big enough for the sacrifice for my life.
I have to give Princella some credit because a year or two ago, she sounded like the standard man-hating, whatever you want to call her, but her messaging has evolved. And when she started speaking about the fact that many of the young ladies that we see now are not living in the same reality as us, which we heard Cam Newton speak about.
If you can't provide or do nothing for the people that you come in contact with, you're meaningless as a man. Mm-hmm. That's what society has trained us to be. Mm-hmm. We have to be providers. We have to protect. Women don't have that same standard, nor are they expected to either. So when you're saying men have to be selfish, that's the reason. When men have to get up and do it and they don't show it, that's the reason. Because nobody ain't gonna feel sorry for us.
Then things start clicking. Imagine if you could say fantasy or reality, depending on which way you want to look at it, your reality is you think that motherhood is a threat on your life.
I literally remember I had to send him a text message and I threatened to have the kid. You know, maybe you not sending the money is a sign that like I should just have the baby. That cash after me within 30 minutes. I had to threaten to have a baby for this to send me the money for me not to.
You think that going through pregnancy is akin to slavery or even worse than that. You think that being a mother is one of the worst things you could do, that the most freest thing that you could do is to go to Planned Parenthood and get rid of the young child that you have in your stomach because you want the freedom to go out with your girls anytime that they call you or go on a trip anytime that you feel like it because that's true freedom.
Yo, this girl said this is going to be my first summer being a hoe and I'm nervous. Any tips? Look at these comments. Yo, tell them all a different birthday month to keep the gifts rolling in. Clever. Your place is completely off limits. Always have your own money and protection. You should have an eater or two spenders, a YN, a romance on your roster. Be safe and have fun. You're starting 5. Backbreaker, Munch, Moneybags, Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Romance. Keep rotating them. Ladies, hey, do your thing. Call them by one nickname so you don't accidentally say wrong name. I mean, take pics while they're asleep just in case they blackmail you. You got a Uno reverse. Get a Google Voice number. If you have an iPhone, change FaceTime settings to only show your email. Lastly, create an iPhone profile. Use it during damn. Don't fall in love, and for the love of lace fronts, don't forget your wig band. Oh, listen to Cardi B, Cash Doll, and Megan to keep yourself from catching feelings. Get a Google Voice number. It's free, and you can keep them all in one place and away from your real number.
Then your reality is going to be based around that. And so in that same kind of reality, you have many young ladies expecting a guy to show up no matter how many kids they have, how old they are, what they're demanding, and say, a man's job is to protect, provide, and now I want him to be quiet. He has to be emotionally intelligent. All of these other things that you're hearing. For us as men in this reality, it's strange to us because we're thinking we still got to go out to work and make things happen. But if you're living in the reality as a young lady, especially in the social media age, it's just normal for you. And Princella nails it.
What do you think the most uncomfortable truth about women is that's rarely spoken about?
That women are 1,000 times more narcissistic than males. I think the entire human species is a narcissistic species. The whole species is narcissistic. But I believe that the most uncomfortable truth for the average person is that women are actually narcissistic, more narcissistic than males. It's not that males are not narcissistic, it's that women are 1,000 times more narcissistic.
I pledge allegiance to myself to never fuck with a broke nigga. And if I do, I'ma always be a weak ass motherfucker bitch with no standards and morals. And I will always ever be a broke nigga's bitch.
I've never heard a saying that, oh, you just have to love your father no matter what he did because that's your only dad. You only get one. I never hear that. I always hear it about a woman. No matter what a mother did to her children, no matter what, that's your mama. You still need to love your mom, no matter what she did.
I don't want no broke nigga.
What's funny about this part of the interview is that if you closed your eyes and changed the tone of voice and you just listened to the words that were being spoken here and maybe someone else's voice, it would sound like any myriad of other men in this space. She's still using the word males, but that's just the way she does. But what's interesting to me is that her evolution, which I've criticized in the past, but obviously I have to praise it here, is that she's come to understand that society teaches women that no matter what you are, how you are lovable.
Don't wanna be no broke niggas, bitch. No money, you a joke, nigga.
And it teaches men you have to protect, provide, do A, B, and C to get into the door to even having the opportunity to be loved.
You want a bitch, but you can't buy me shit. Asking for some but can't pay my fucking rent.
And that dichotomy is a very drastic one, which creates two separate realities that we are now just getting to understand and speak about in this space, and she's admitting it.
I hear women say, no matter what a woman does, a man should never put his hands on her. And women believe they can do anything to you and expect that you would accept it and still worship the ground they walk on.
I don't want no broke nigga.
What I never understood about dating is the fact that I'm supposed to apply pressure, but I gotta apply pressure and I still gotta spend money on you, so I'm applying pressure to get these kids. I was spending money on you. What the
If anything is going to improve, the truth about the psychology of women has to be revealed. It's a dark place. It's not peaches and cream.
As strange and as surprising as it might sound, I have to give Princella her flowers. 2-3 years ago, she sounded like a totally different person of whom many of us reacted to, but she went through some dark something with some young lady that changed her way of looking at dating young ladies these days. And she is speaking of a reality in terms of the way that young ladies are moving right now that is pretty much the reason why this space is here.
It's not peaches and cream because women think that they can abuse you. Women think that they can talk to you any kind of way. They think they can put their hands on you, and then they expect you to still speak of them as angels. That's bad because that behavior trickles down to their children. So they end up abusing their children. Women are very abusive to their children, and they don't even understand in what ways they're abusive to their children. And you can't tell them anything because they do no wrong in their eyes.
So if I have to make time for you, if I have to schedule you in, if I have to alter my life, you will never be the prize. And I know my worth so much. That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No, honey, why can't a man get Kendra? I ain't never trying to get no man, honey. You got to get me.
Women want to live in fantasy.
Of course, I'm not going to go overboard and say that Princella is the new Kevin Samuels or anything like that, but her unique dating position, having had relationships with both men and women and coming out on the back end and saying the things that she's saying, lets us know that she went through something with some young lady that has revised her opinion. She says 1,000 times more narcissistic. I don't know if I'd go that far, but that's her talking. So it's just another Lego piece in the puzzle to help us make sense of this new environment where young ladies are essentially saying, you need to pay my rent before I even entertain a date with you. And as crazy as it might seem to many of us, if you see yourself as borderline deity, then it makes all the sense in the world when a 46-year-old Kendra G is saying, I'm risking my life by laying down with you and having an intimate relationship. Her reality is essentially, if I'm having a baby for you or even doing the baby making activities, I'm putting my life in jeopardy. And so I'm not going to risk all of that for some guy who pretty much I don't need. And her having the platform that she does pretty much means that she's telling all of her young ladies, many of whom don't make as much money as her, the same thing. And so with that kind of, I wouldn't even say media propagating, I would say that reality or fantasy propagating the minds of many young ladies, it makes what Princella say spot on. If they're living in a fantasy, a reality where the idea of having a child is something that is akin to a death wish, or it's going to turn them into a modern day slave, or marriage is modern day slavery, and that anything that prevents them from doing what they want to do the instant they want to do is akin to slavery, then that's the reality. And I believe one of the purposes of this space is to prepare men for women that are thinking that way. Young ladies that have washing machines and air fryers and Roombas are saying that they have to do more housework than our grandparents did when they didn't even have electricity in the house sometimes. But our grandmothers complain less, modern women are complaining more, and they have Kendra G to complain to, while asking for more than men have ever provided to young ladies who will respect it and appreciate it less than ever before. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.